You're tuning into the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, the only wrestling podcast covering WWE, AEW, and TNA. Let's get uncooked, uncorked, and uncensored.
What's up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hakamadi ANC. Today you're joining me in my coverage of AEW Dynamite from June 25th, 2025, live in Kent, Washington. And this is not going to be a really long recap. I'm just going to go over what happened and give some quick thoughts about it as we head towards AEW All In on July 12th. So, AEW TBS champion Mercedes Moné attacks AEW Women's champion Toni Storm backstage, sending Toni into a bunch of crates. Mercedes then hits Toni on the ramp, and Mercedes says, "You wanted to embarrass me, you stupid bitch." And then Moné applies a Moné maker on Toni until Mina Shirakawa runs out, and Mercedes says, "Darling, let the games begin." So Mercedes will take on Toni Storm at All In, and this is probably the biggest match Mercedes Moné having in AEW, getting to fight for the AEW Women's title. If she wins, she'll have 7 championships. I really don't think Mercedes is going to win. I want to see Toni Storm win, although they could give it to her. I think Mercedes is a good wrestler, but Toni Storm's gimmick is much better. But you're going to have 2 of the best going at it, so I'm excited to see. I also like that Mina Shirakawa is involved in this in some way, shape, or form. And I like how just Mercedes is attacking Toni Storm from behind. The Young Bucks are backstage on the Titantron, and they tell Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland that their tag team match is up next. So Ospreay and Swerve defeat the team of Blake Johnson and Lee, I forgot his name. Ospreay lands a hidden blade, and Swerve lands a brainbuster combo, and they land a house call, and Swerve and Ospreay get the win. After Swerve and Will Ospreay go after the Young Bucks who are on the ramp, but guards separate them. Swerve says, "Year after year, we have to deal with the bullshit from the EVPs. How about we do something about it?" At All In, Young Bucks versus Swerve and Ospreay. Winners become EVP of AEW. Ospreay says, "Let's up the stakes." Like he mentions that they're putting the EVP titles on the line. Swerve dives onto the Young Bucks and guards at ringside, and the Young Bucks decide to suspend Swerve Strickland for 2 weeks. So we're going to get this tag match at All In. I like Will Ospreay and I like Swerve. The Young Bucks are good, but I kind of would rather see Swerve and Ospreay do single stuff rather than tagging here, but that's what's happening. We see Konosuke Takeshita have issues with AEW Continental Champion Okada backstage, and tells Okada that his being in the Don Callis family is only temporary. We then see Kota Ibushi defeat Trent Barreto and Rocky Romero after a knee to the head. After Kota gets the win, AEW Continental Champion Okada comes out and faces off with Ibushi, and next week at AEW Dynamite 300, Ibushi will take on Okada for the Continental Championship. I don't know much about Ibushi, but I did like the stuff that he was doing in the ring with Trent, and I'm excited to see him and Okada compete next week. We then get a promo from AEW champion Jon Moxley backstage. Moxley says, "Will the Hangman grab this opportunity?" No. The Cowboy is afraid to become what the world needs him to be. Hangman makes me sick. The champion walks into the fire and doesn't take crap from anybody. Reach out and grab it, Hangman. You're not what these people think you are. I don't care about your inner turmoil. On July 12th, I show the world what a champion looks like, and you guys start looking for another job. So Moxley's sending a threatening message to Hangman out and Page. They have a long rivalry dating back to when AEW started in 2019. So I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to this rivalry. It's going to be a good match, and Moxley is calling out the heel Adam Page. He wants him to turn to the dark side, and I don't know if Page is willing to do that. Next up, we see Jet Speed, which is Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey. They defeat the team of Ricochet and AR Fox. After Ricochet basically leaves AR by himself in the ring, allowing Jet Speed to hit the sky high, and then Mike Bailey lands a UFO splash, and Jet Speed get the win. After Tony Schiavone interviewed Jet Speed, and they basically say they want a shot at the AEW tag team titles. That's when the tag champions, the Hurt Syndicate, attack Jet Speed from behind. Bobby Lashley power bombs Mike Bailey through a table. Shelton Benjamin just pretty much belly-to-belly suplexes Kevin Knight on the ramp, and then MJF and the Hurt Syndicate comes to the ring and talk on the mic. MJF talks about winning the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal, and then Mark Briscoe comes out and shit talks MJF, and the two of them get into a war of words right before we get into our fatal four-way. The winner gets the number one spot in the Casino Battle Royal. Mark Briscoe taking out Ring of Honor champion Bandito, Roderick Strong, and Konosuke Takeshita, and Briscoe gets the win here after hitting Roderick with a sit-out powerbomb, and we're definitely going to see MJF and Mark Briscoe go at it in that Casino Battle Royal. We then get the women's Casino Battle Royal Fatal 4-Way. The winner will be the number one spot in that match. Chris Statlander defeats Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena, Willow Nightingale, and Thunder Rosa. After Marina Shafir comes out and Wheeler Yuta gets in the ring, Wheeler goes to attack Willow, but Willow hits Wheeler with a pounce, taking Yuta out of the ring. And then Chris hits Willow with a Saturday Night Fever, and Chris Statlander goes to Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal with some help of Marina Shafir and the Death Riders. Interesting to see if Chris Statlander will join them or not. We'll see. Our main event, Hangman Adam Page defeats the Beast Mortis after a buckshot lariat. After Page gets the win, the lights go out and the Young Bucks hit Adam Page with an EVP trigger. Jon Moxley and the Death Riders storm the ring. Moxley chokes Adam Page with a chain until the Ops and Will Ospreay run out and clear the ring, and the Death Riders take out Adam Page, but Page will definitely be looking for revenge heading into All In. Decent episode of Dynamite. Not really my favorite, but it was a good alternative to WWE. I was glad I got to check it out. I'll be watching next week's 300th anniversary episode as well. So make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell on YouTube to check out more AEW content, as well as WWE, NXT, and TNA as well. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.